I mean,
So
I'm
it was.
gonna be honest with you. You are the reason why I got my vaccine. I got my vaccination specifically to go to BlerDCon. Like I would have tried to, like many other.
You'd have tried to shimmy it off.
You know what I'm saying? I
press that
like...
COVID off your shoulder.
Yeah, man.
If he could just duck and dive, Bobby Weed, he could. COVID won't get you.
You know, if I take my zinc, you know, and I follow up with a lot of vitamin C, you know, I should be all right.
You know what? I'm gonna take about 5,000 milligrams.
Be like, okay, it's all right. My family is in the holistic medicine.
My essential oils. Check me. Some sage.
I got me some tea, man. Some yogi tea.
Don't worry. This aromatherapy is gonna knock out all this COVID.
I've heard all of it, you know, and while I think a lot of people were like you know, there is I posted something about this actually earlier today because it just hit me because I had a little time and I was looking at a screen, but I just remember for the last 2 or 3 years, we in the Black community were clowning Trump supporters for following QAnon. And the conspiracy theories and all this stuff, like, look at that, and then we turn and accidentally say something about vaccines at the dinner table over the holidays, and then you realize that, you know, they're not the only people, you know, Trump folks are not the only people that believe in conspiracy theories.
Yep.
And deeply held convictions about these conspiracy theories. It's a human condition to not trust government or medicine, and Black people have their own special history with government and medicine that fuels a lot of that mistrust. And you know, one of the things I told the team is like, look, we're not trying to convince anybody. You know, human nature is not wired in such a way that, you know, you can have someone with deeply held emotional convictions and convince them with any type of facts or data. It doesn't work that way. You know, people have to come to their decision in their own way and their own time. And sometimes for some people it is, well, if I want to go back to cons, I have to bite the bullet and get a vaccine. And what I'm telling people, though, is that it's not going to be just BlerDCon. I'm telling you, the minute we put this out, all the con runners out there, man, wow. I'm not naming any names because I don't want to put any particular con on the spot where you go, oh, Hilton said he was talking to the owners of so-and-so con, and now we're going to ask them what they're going to do and put them on the spot. I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. But your favorite 5 cons, think of your favorite 5 conventions between now and next Christmas. You got that in your head?
Yeah.
They call me and they're asking me the questions. Yeah. They like, so Hilton, how's the blowback been? Or, no, really? How are you going to work these logistics? And how are you going to verify the cards? And how are you going to handle security? And how you going to, I mean, they trying to, you know, when people are just pinging you because they're just curious and asking for, you know, just for kicks and giggles. But these are folks that are like, we're actually considering doing this. And I think some of these bigger conventions, especially the ones that are like 20, 30,000, have more risk.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
That's for sure.
BlerDCon's under 10,000. So, you know, this rule for us could be kind of like, this could be the thing that makes us super safe. But if your con has got 30,000 people in it or something, you know, your risk of not doing this is like 10 times what ours is. So if you're thinking like, oh, I am not going to get this vaccine just for BlerDCon because, you know, I've been following the newsletter and I'm on the Crisis Network or whatever, wherever you get your news from or whatever, trust me, it's not just us. It's going to be the next con and the next con and the next con. And you're just going to get tired of having to sit on the sidelines or be mad and indignant at somebody. and you're going to have to eventually come to terms with that. And I think it's a good thing. I mean, I believe in the science. I understand the skepticism and I understand the deeply held fears, especially if you're one of those people that has aligned themselves with sources of very, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Plentiful misinformation.
Yeah.
You know, we all look, there's a name for it. It's called conspiracy brother, right? Remember the conspiracy brother trope goes back decades. This ain't new. This is before COVID. I don't know why we expected conspiracy brother to go away, because he never gone away. You know,
this is his time to shine right here. This is it.
This is his time.
Invest in conspiracy brother.
Oh, look. Now you got conspiracy brother got YouTube links now.
Yeah.
Before 2000, conspiracy brother used to have to send you to the bookstore, and he'd have to open up articles and try to recite something he heard at a con or something like that. But now they're like, brother, you educate yourself and get on this YouTube link, and you know. So my point is that there is a very vocal minority in the Black nerd community, just like in the Black community, against vaccinations.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not all one thing. It's not some people just have a aesthetic general mistrust of government. Some people actually believe certain information or are confused because they are not getting, you know, the right information. And it's unfortunate, because this is the hesitancy crew is the key to herd immunity. You know, we have to convince the person next to us and engage people before, you know, we can make any progress on it. But at the end of the day, I run a con and I'm responsible for the people who come to it. So I couldn't get ideological with people and all that sort of thing. So that has been a huge, you know, step forward for us.
I mean, personally speaking, I agree with it. I think it is the safest idea. I remember having a conversation with one of the people on our team, and she was explaining how she was what was the word, epidemiologist? Was it epidemiology?
Yeah.
And you know, she was like, hey, we got to make sure that this con is that you're going to is safe, you know, because you're at risk and everything else. And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I have the shot. Like, I'm good. I got the vaccine. And she was like, that's not going to be enough. You got to make sure. And she said the exact same thing as you, is there's got to be layers of defense, or no one is actually going to be safe. So I actually agree with you. I think that the layers of defense against COVID are definitely necessary. I think it's a great idea for me to get the vaccine. I think there's a lot of people who, when the vaccine is going to be mandated for other things, like leaving the country or who knows what, whatever else, is.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's going to take one lawsuit. Somebody going to get on Delta Airlines flight and get coughed on, and the Cochran firm is going to get a call, and they're going to sue for millions. And the next day, Delta's going to be like, this is the new COVID pass, and you have to get vaccinated, and it has to be verified, and it's going to be this. It's going to be like, what's that? Not the easy pass, but what's that quick pass?
Yeah.
So you go through that little
pre-check
system.
TSA pre.
Yeah, it's going to be like pre-check or something like that. And once one airline does it, American Airlines is going to be like, yo, man, I saw Delta got sued for $1 million because that woman got coughed on that flight. Oh, no, everybody's got to get on, you know. And then all of a sudden, it's going to be like a bunch of dominoes. And you're just going to look up, and there's going to be, you know, because they're already doing it with, like, cruises.
Yep.
If you want to get on, Lord knows I don't know why anybody want to get on a cruise ship.
That was my question.
Because it's cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You can go to Tahiti for everything's $47. I don't know if you've been on Norwegian Cruise Line and Carnival Cruise. Wherever you want to go is $47. $47. Please just get on the boat. Whatever you
don't even
just
sound right. That don't even sound right at all. Something's wrong with that in itself.
Look, I'm telling you right now, man, the cruise industry's hurting, and $47 is. Look, somebody's gonna check it out. I'm joking, but I guarantee you, there's a fair somewhere where you can get on a cruise ship and go somewhere, even if it's just around in a circle. $47. Just get on the boat, please.
Hey, you making me think about it, you know? Like,
hey, stop, man.
Hey, I'm gonna be fine, man. I got the vaccine. I'm gonna be straight.
And you know, the crazy thing is that, you know, we got so caught up in, you know, the stir craziness that at a certain point, you know, we kind of forgot the science. And I see people in, especially states, because I do believe the top-down leadership does dictate behavior in the herd mentality and how we behave. depends very much so on the people to the left or the right of us, right?
Yeah.
And while a lot of people here in the DC metro area was locked down and we were sitting in our houses and we weren't going out to clubs and bars and movie theaters and stuff, you know, Ron DeSantis down in Florida was just like, COVID, what? We opening everything. Just look, we tired of hearing about it. Just, you know, if we act like it ain't there, you good, I'm good, you know, whatever. And then all of a sudden they hit like 2 million infections. Everybody went down there for spring break, was cutting up, acting a fool. And now, you know, you see that there are certain pockets where things are just blowing up. Yeah. Now, the good news is that the vaccines are slowly catching up with the infection rates. You know, it's not as fast as it could be because of hesitancy. But, you know, there are just people who have just given up on trying to protect themselves and the people around them from COVID because they think, well, I'm young and I'm in good shape and I don't have any pre-existing conditions, so I'm good. And then you see them out at the club, you know, you see everybody's Instagram, you watching it, you know, you see people's Twitter, you know, you see their stories, and you know, like I'll be looking at the story, I don't see no masks in this club at all, like, and then the next scene, you know, the next story, you know how the story just progresses, like it'd be like 12 hours ago they was at the club, 8 hours ago they was at Waffle House, and then you see them hanging with their parents, and you see their parents are elderly and there's no mask, and I'm like, you just brought the whole club to your parents in their 60s. You
got club all over you, bringing it to your family, you know, like
got your club all on you, you know. And I think and I think we forgot how viruses work. People like, well, I'm not gonna get it, and if I do get it, I'm not gonna die from it. So I'm making a choice just for me. So I'm gonna do what I want to do. But then we forget that even if that's true, we are a link in the chain. You know, even with the vaccine, you can inhale virus particulates and then turn 2 seconds later and exhale them on somebody else, even if you don't get sick, even if you don't get infected. You know, your respiratory system allows you to take in air and push it back out, which is why they say even with the vaccine you should wear a mask if you are you know,
even with the vaccine, I still shouldn't go to the club.
You shouldn't go to the club. Not yet. Just wait.
Hey guys, check out Co-Play Media on Spotify and DC Radio 96.3 HD4 on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. for all your anime talk, video games, and everything important to the Black nerd community.
And don't forget to check out our website and our YouTube channel for the special guest interviews with some of your favorite anime voice actors in anime.
Get you some real talk, get you some information to the streets.
No crazy feedback.
No craziness.